part of our 2022 North Dakota Optimist player profile. Joining us now from the Buffalo City, that's Jamestown High, Hunter Petersen joined us. And Hunter, for you, your senior season here, to be nominated to an all-star game like this, a showcase event, some of the best all-stars in the state of North Dakota for volleyball, what does it mean for you?
When my coach told me that I was a part of this team, I was just extremely honored. Like, honestly, I was kind of surprised, but I moved to Jamestown last year, and so I've never really heard of this before. And when I was told like what it meant, I was just super grateful that like I was chosen for this team, and it really just showed me that I did stand out, and it was really cool to hear.
So talk about, moving to Jamestown, how quickly you were able to adapt with the teammates. And I know the Blue Jays had a really good couple last years here for high school volleyball as well in Class A. So how quickly did you feel like you adapted to the team and just kind of got in rhythm? And now all of a sudden here you are as a senior, as an all-star.
Yeah, I think I adapted just super easily. Like when I came in, everybody was super welcoming, and even before season, like people like made it a priority to get to know me first. And so when I came in, I wasn't feeling left out or anything. And the team was just so fun and welcoming, and just everything was awesome. Yeah.
Is there someone you're excited to play with that maybe was a rival for a couple of nights, out in the WDA, or maybe someone that, hey, you kind of saw from afar but didn't play against enough here, Hunter? Is there anyone that comes to mind for you?
Well, I'm not really familiar with the people on my team because most are from the East, so I'm not really sure. But there is Tegan from Linton. She's Class B, and I remember playing her in Class B. That's where I came from. So I think that'll actually be really fun to like get to know her more and have fun and play with her, because she's a really good player too. So.
This is one of those things where sometimes, you move, you go to a different school, something happens. So for someone that has to go through that same situation, not just, trying to, go up through a varsity ranks in terms of volleyball, but what would you kind of tell them, Hunter, going from a school A to school B, so to speak, and just trying to, fit in, so to speak, and feel like you've been there for 5-10 years?
The biggest like advice I could give is just be yourself and be like outgoing, like be approachable, so people like want to make friends with you. Like my biggest thing is just get involved with people and don't be shy, because everyone is awesome. So that'll make it easier for you.
Is there a volleyball memory that comes to mind then during your time that kind of stands out maybe more than other ones when you think 5-10 years down the road, when you look back a little bit here, Hunter?
Definitely. So my first year in Jamestown, we made it to state. That's my absolute favorite memory ever, because I've never really been in that sort of environment. And I just remember like walking in the Fargo Dome being like just so amazed at what like I got there, and that was just so awesome and like a really cool feeling to me. And then the whole weekend, it was just with the team, and just fun memories were made. So
what's the one thing for Jamestown volleyball that you're going to take away from, do you think, in their next kind of chapter? What's one or two things you kind of learned in your last couple of years in Jamestown?
The biggest thing I learned, and that we emphasize a lot on our team, is to be the best teammate you can be. And I think that will help me in my future, like in sports, and also just in life. Like being the best teammate also means being the best coworker, being the best person you can be towards others. And that will help like with leadership skills, and it'll just help me throughout my whole life. And I think that's a really good lesson to learn.
You kind of go through it here. What's your next chapter then? Once the Optimist All-Star Series is done, it's high school's behind you, the next step in life is in front of you. So what is the next step?
The next step is I will be attending Minnesota State University in Moorhead, and I'll actually be competing in track and field. So that's actually a big surprise for a lot of people, but I also found that I really love track. So I'm not quite sure what I want to study yet though.
So the one thing with track and field, what events, what are you doing, and how did MSUM kind of become the right home for you, Hunter?
As of now, what I know of, I think I will be doing high jump. and we'll just go from there, see what I might get into. But MSUM, that was the one for me because I just fell in love like with the community and the environment that it just felt like home. And I love that it's like secluded from the Fargo area. So it's like peaceful, and I just loved everything about it. So
Final thing for you before we let you go, superstitious. Are you superstitious? And if so, take us through your superstition a little bit if you can.
I wouldn't say I am super superstitious, but it's like I play the whole game in my head. Like I play everything out. Like even in track, like in every single thing, if I'm on the bench or something, I picture what I do, in which I just learn very well visually. So if I can picture myself doing it, I'll do my best to go do it. And so before games, I would just kind of find a place by myself and like picture the things I want to go well, and then just take deep breaths and go for it.
Hunter, thanks so much for your time. On behalf of a fellow Dragon, go Dragons as well.
Awesome.
Coming up here in a few years for you, and best of luck at MSUM once you get
Thank
done with the
you.
volleyball series as well, Hunter.
Thank you so much.